The Nebraska football season is almost here, and not only are we excited to see the Huskers on the gridiron, but the 2025 recruiting class is about to blow up. So in today's video, I'm going to go over some of the possible flips we might see throughout the season if the Huskers have a good year. So really quick, before we get into it, we have a lot to talk about. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're fired up about watching Nebraska, 1 week away, folks. Get excited. And hey, if you're new to the channel or just a returning viewer, make sure to subscribe. I post a video talking Huskers every single day, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. So make sure to subscribe and not miss any of the action. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about Nebraska's recruiting class in 2025 and why I believe it's going to blow up this fall. So right now, the Huskers have the 29th rated class in America when I am recording this video. You see a couple four-star prospects, Isaiah Mosey, Malcolm Simpson, Jamarian Parker, Sean Hammerbeck, among a couple others. It's a pretty solid class for the Huskers, but they're not at that top 25 place that they want to be, even top 20. That is about to change because I'm going to tell you this. The Huskers got a lot of 4 stars and 5 stars on campus over the summer. And some fans were pessimistic because they said, Wilson, yes, we got these guys on campus, but they didn't commit. So did it even matter? My answer to that is it absolutely mattered because recruiting is never done. Those guys have not signed the dotted line. And for that reason, Nebraska still has a couple months to flip those guys. Let me tell you this. Okay, Nebraska has recruited at a very high level under Matt Rhule. And we, to this day, have not had a winning season since 2016. Imagine how good our recruiting is going to be when we win this season, right? We're expecting 7, 8, 9, even 10 wins. So let's talk about some of the guys that we could potentially flip when that happens. Let's start off with Dawson Merritt. So this was the big storyline over the offseason. Dawson Merritt down to Alabama or Nebraska. Of course, he ended up committing to the Crimson Tide in late June. But once again, his recruitment is not over. He was still very interested in the Huskers. He was interested in Matt Rhule. Of course, his dad really likes this program. And I think he's going to figure out that, I might get a little homesick in Tuscaloosa. Lincoln's a lot closer to Kansas than Bama is. And for that reason, if Nebraska has a good year this year, right, they win 7, 8, 9 games. They continue to build off that family atmosphere. It's going to be hard for Dawson Merritt to continue his pledge with Alabama. Matt Rhule has been very good at flipping recruits, right? He flipped Keona Davis in last year's class. He flipped Isaiah Mosey already in this year's class. Who says he can't do it again, Dawson Merritt? Now, am I predicting this to happen? Absolutely not. There's a lot of contingencies. You've got to win about 8, 9 games, right? A bowl game's not going to do it. You can't win 6 and flip this guy. You've got to be in the race for the Big Ten. You've got to be in the race for the College Football Playoff. Not saying you have to make it, but just be in the mix. And a guy like Dawson Merritt might give you a second look. Another guy who is going to be highly contested for is Michael Terry. Now, as of recording this video, he is not committed. I'd imagine he's going to commit to Texas at some point very soon. But once again, there is a lot of time between then and now. I talked to Michael Terry, and he's very interested in the Huskers. He took that visit in early August to get basically one last crack at the program. I know his parents watch my video, so they're basically scouting out Nebraska as well. So again, Michael Terry is a guy who is very interested in Nebraska as well. And when I was talking to him, he cares about 3 things basically. Number 1 is academics. Number 2, NIL money, and that's going to be expected. And number 3, he cares about the fit, right? The university fit, right? How good of a team am I going to? How good is the offense? That's something he really cares about. And, frankly, Nebraska's offense is nothing compared to what Oregon and what Texas is offering as of right now. But when you get to see Dylan Raiola and guys like Jalen Lloyd, Jamal Banks, and how this offense is going to explode this year, he's going to give us another look as well. So Michael Terry, another guy who will be on Flip Watch when we get to December, when we get to November. All right. So that's what I mean here when I'm saying this class could blow up, because the flips are going to come and they're going to come quick. Another guy here, S.J. Alafetuli. People forget about this prospect and how he was honestly a Nebraska favorite at a lot of points throughout this summer. And he loved the Huskers, and he loved Donnie Raiola, and he loved the Polynesian connection that we're building here. Okay, yeah, he has some connections to Miami. Don't get me wrong. But do we really think Miami's going to have a good year this year? They're overrated, for sure. Every single year they're overrated. But let's throw this out. Miami wins 5 games this year, 4 games this year. maybe just 6 or 7. And Nebraska rolls out with 8 or 9. You think Eshe Alifetuli won't look at Nebraska again? Again, we were the favorite in June and May to land this guy. Right? So let me just put this in perspective, because a lot of people have complained throughout the offseason, oh, Wilson, we're not going to land any of these guys. We're not going to land Eshe. We're not going to land Dawson. Maybe not right now because we haven't won yet. But if we're really thinking that Nebraska is going to win 7, 8, 9 games this year, holy cow, this class is about to blow up. Let me throw out another name for you. Chase Lofton, recently committed to Florida State. And this one, a lot of people are going to say, Wilson, this is not happening. Do you forget that we flipped Eric Ingerson in last year's class, another in-state tight end from Pittsburgh to Nebraska at the last hour? Another in-state guy here in Chase Lofton. Now, Florida State's a good program. Very good program. They should have made the College Football Playoff last year. But imagine what happens if they have a bad year this year. Florida State is a tough schedule. They have a tough schedule. And they play Georgia Tech today. I'm posting this video. They will play them. Who says they don't lose that game? I don't know. We'll see. But listen, Chase Lofton was a guy, once again, who's interested in the Huskers. He grew up around the program. It's all about winning, folks. That's what I'm trying to tell you in this video. Okay, if Nebraska can do their job, win football games, winning solves everything, you're going to land a couple of these guys. Am I saying you're going to land all of them? Absolutely not. But who says Dawson Merritt doesn't flip? Who says Michael Terry doesn't flip? Who says Eshe Alifetuli doesn't flip? Who says you don't land a guy like Christian Jones? Okay, Nebraska's class is going to blow up because the hype is flowing right now. The Kool-Aid is flowing. People are expecting 8-9 wins. Not only is that going to be great for on-the-field results and development, but that's going to be great for recruiting. And not only is your 2025 class going to be great, but your 2026 class is going to thrive, and we're going to have a lot to talk about next summer. So, guys, get excited. The season is 1 week away, folks. And we're going to win a lot of football games. We're going to beat UTEP. We're going to beat Colorado. We're going to beat Northern Iowa. We're going to start off 3-0. We might be ranked. That's going to increase national relevancy. That's going to increase eyes on the program. You think some other recruits that I didn't mention aren't watching Nebraska now? Like, we start off 3-0. You think they're not going to be watching Nebraska? Absolutely they will be. They're going to be like, okay, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned to what Matt Rhule's doing there. Yeah, they're going to get bought in. And last thing I want to say in this video, okay, because Matt Rhule so far has been selling recruits on a vision. I'm going to bring Nebraska back. I'm going to win 8-9 games this year. And that works about, 60, 70% of the time. But next offseason, he's going to say, I did that. I did move Nebraska from a loser program back to national relevancy. I did do that, and I'm not done. That's going to land 90, 100% of these guys. So get hyped up, man. I'm excited. I would predict that Dawson Merritt's back in the mix if we can do our job this year. I'd imagine Michael Terry's back in the mix. And you best believe that guys like Dylan Rhule, they're going to be continuing to peer recruit throughout the season. Let's get ready. All right, guys, last recruiting video until we get into the actual season. It's been a blast covering this with you guys this fall and summer. So again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you made this far in the video. Comment down below, which prospect do you want the most? And hey, as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.